Joining me now from Turkey is David Swanson from the Syria Crisis UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Hello, thank you very much indeed for your time. Now, have any aid trucks managed to cross the Turkey-Syria border today?
No, at this point, no trucks have passed the Syrian border into Syria at this point.
Is that the only entry point? Is that where aid trucks will be arriving from, Turkey?
That's absolutely correct. At this point, we currently have 40 trucks at the customs station along the Turkish-Syrian border that are ready to go across the border. These 40 trucks carry food assistance for approximately 80,000 people, a one-month ration for 80,000 people. If we get the green light, which is what we as humanitarians are waiting for, we will proceed with the first round of 20 trucks on day one, followed by a second round of 20 trucks on the second day, provided security assurances are in place.
But crossing the border is one thing. Actually manage to reach besieged areas is another, as aid organisations have seen in the past. So what do you have prepared for that?
Well, specifically right now, we're taking a phased approach in reaching the people of eastern Aleppo. As you're well aware, there are between 250 to 275,000 people trapped there in urgent need of humanitarian assistance, including food, shelter, wash, and a broad array of other humanitarian needs. So we're trying our best to actually convey and to commence our operations as soon as possible.
Apart from Aleppo, which areas are you going to be concentrating your efforts on?
Okay, as soon as a lot of people have the focus of attention right now seems to be on Aleppo because of the sheer suffering of the Syrian people in that city. But that being said, this is suffering that is shared all over the country. And we, in addition to what we want to do for eastern Aleppo, we also want to begin cross-line activities throughout the country in other besieged and hard-to-reach areas.
And are we talking purely aid, food, medicine, or also people like doctors who can help civilians there?
At this point right now, what's important to convey is that this is a staged process. We initially want to begin with food assistance for the next couple of days. And after the food assistance is brought in, we will then be bringing in medical assistance and other multi-sectoral forms of assistance.
What obstacles do you expect on the road to delivering aid, aside from the UN getting all the proper paperwork and obviously, as long as there's no violence, you can get through? Any other obstacles that you might be prepared for?
I think the most important thing for us right now, and the biggest challenge we as the United Nations and the broader humanitarian community face, is ensuring that everyone, all actors, parties to the conflict, are on the same page. I mean, you have to keep things in the context of the Syrian crisis, which is now in its sixth year. I mean, this is a particularly difficult and complex environment to work in. It's an active war zone, and we actually have to pass through areas that are controlled by various armed groups. So in addition to working with the Syrian government on this, we also have to work with the various armed groups. So as you can appreciate, it's an extremely complex and complicated matter. On top of that, we have the difficult road conditions that pass through from the border area down into Aleppo. The trip itself is not that far. It's only 70 kilometers. But given the current road conditions and security conditions on the ground, it will probably take between 4 and 5 hours for these 20 trucks, once they do in fact commence, to reach eastern Aleppo.
You mentioned the Syrian regime, rebel groups. What about Russia? Are they coordinating with you on this? There have been reports of Russian forces distributing their own aid. Can you confirm this?
I can't confirm that, and I'll leave that for the politicians to sort out in terms of the ceasefire agreement, etc. I can only say right now that the UN, for its part, has a detailed humanitarian plan in place. We are ready to go once we get the go-ahead and the green light from the Office of the Special Envoy in Geneva.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, David Swanson from the UN. Thanks for your time.